Hello YouTube, it's Kelijah back here, and I'm doing a video today with my very good friend about a very important, top secret, sensitive, confidential topic, and that is things to know when dating an Aquarius. Because everybody just seems to have a hard time understanding us, so we're gonna give you guys a rule book today on how you guys are gonna understand us, what you need to know, ins and outs. So if you have somebody special in your life that has an Aquarius placement somewhere, you need to watch this video. Before we start this video, you guys, because I know the negative energy is gonna come from all the other zodiac signs, so we're just gonna go ahead and burn some sage and get the right energies in here. All right, get the right energies in here before we start. But I did say I have somebody special, and he's I consider him a very close friend of mine. We got Jimmy McFan in the studio. Yes, hold the Grammys, hold the nominees, hold everything. In the studio with us today. Hello. And we're going to be talking about something very important, and that's things to know when dating an Aquariana.
Yes, Aquariana.
Aquarius, what y'all motherfuckers need to know.
The cold-hearted bitches.
Clearly, we're just cold-hearted and just not the ones y'all don't want to date us, but y'all always want to go out with us. That's the crazy thing.
Y'all know how to treat us, yeah.
Y'all don't know how to treat us because we're actually not that hard to get along with at all. But we're gonna go ahead and do this transition, and then I'm gonna go into my point first. So, all right, tip number one to dating an Aquarius, which is very important, very crucial. Don't control us. Don't try to control us. The moment you try to control an Aquarius is the moment you have lost them. We will literally start mentally checking out with you once we realize that we are controlled in any way, shape, or form. Usually people try to control an Aquarius because of the fear of what may happen, but let me tell you something about Aquarius. We know everything we do. We will never ever have your bad interest at heart, so there should be no reason whatsoever you should try to control an Aquarius. Don't control what we wear, don't control what we say, don't control who we hang out with, don't control any aspect of our life, because we run by this kinetic, this smooth energy of just life, and we just respect everything in it. So we would never do anything to disrespect you or harm you or hurt the relationship between us. So don't ever in your life try to control an Aquarius, ever.
Tip number 9. I would say this is the second most important thing. Never second guess yourself while being in a relationship with an Aquarius, ever. They chose to be with you. They accepted you for who you are. You don't have to measure up to them, compare your lifestyles, your minds. You don't have to do that, because the second you do that is when you'll create a barrier. You create jealousy, you create envy, you create a divided environment, and we can sense that immediately, and it just the fun is gone. That's when the interest will be gone.
Tip number 8. I said 8. Oh. Tip number 8. Remain spontaneous and fun when dating Aquarius. Please, for all of you out there, those Aquarius placements, you have an Aquarius placement in your life, you have someone that has Aquarius in your life that you care about, you love, you want to be their friend, you want to get to know. Please remain spontaneous. Don't do the same thing with them. We don't like doing routines. We don't like going to the same things, doing the same things. We like switch up. We like randomly text them, hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's go here. Hey, let's do this. Hey, get up, let's go. Because we love that. We love spontaneity. It gives us a sense of purpose. We feel like, okay, this person has somewhat care about me, and they want to take me out and go do this, and they want to go do that with me, so they enjoy my company. It's reassurance for us when we feel like you can do spontaneous things with us, or we were the first person that came to mind when you wanted to do something spontaneous. So do something spontaneous and ask us what we want to do. I promise you we won't have an answer, but if you ask us, at least you made us feel like our opinion is important in your life and what we want to do is important in your life. So remain spontaneous when dating an Aquarius.
Number 7 to date an Aquarius. If y'all ever have a disagreement or argument or anything, please try your hardest to think logically instead of emotionally, because we don't react in a normal sense. I want to say, like, we don't bawl and cry or are quick to shout and argue. We are very much like, okay, we listen, we analyze, and we try to discuss as much as possible in a calm manner. But I can see how that can be annoying to a lot of other people and how y'all want to shout and cry, but that's just gonna, in a way, turn us off from it, because the emotions and everything just be really uncalled for. I'm sorry.
Not uncalled for.
So, like I said, tip number 7 today in Aquariana is try to think more logically when in a disagreement than emotionally.
What are we on, 6?
Yes.
All right, tip number 6 to dating an Aquarius: have a spontaneous, fun, crazy sense of style. Okay, spontaneous is the word when it comes to Aquarius, so I'm gonna probably use that a lot. But have a very crazy sense of style. Like, we are attracted to someone by how they dress, because dressing is a form of personal identity, and we are big on personal identity. So we kind of judge the person by how they express themselves, and the best way to express yourself outwardly to the world is how you dress. So we love, not me flipping the road, man. We love someone who has a very crazy, out of this world sense of style like us, because we have a very out of this world, forever changing sense of style and aesthetic. So we love when we have someone that can match that fly and can be on that level with us in terms of dressing and expressing themselves. So yes, your clothes and what you wear plays a huge role when dating or getting to know an Aquarius.
Tip number 5 for dating an Aquarius is don't try to hide anything. The worst thing you can do with an Aquarius is hide information from them or try to be sneaky and like conniving and shit. Like, your best bet is to be honest. Like, whenever you get into a situation of disagreement, if you feel any type of way, if you was actually sit down with an Aquarius and talk to them about how you feel, or even if you did something and talk to them and be honest about it, 9 times out of 10, they'll be way more understanding than if you hide it from them. Because if they have to find out, especially from other people, it's gonna be 10 times worse for you, because now they have no control over the situation. They can't diet down the way they would like to, and they don't like to have their relationship or anything about them and the people that they love and are around to be public information without their consent, really. So like I said, tip number 5 is don't try to hide information from an Aquarius.
Tip number 4, when I'm talking to you, or we're talking to you, Aquarius, is when we're talking to you, never say, never mind. Never, ever, ever say never mind, especially if we're engaging in a conversation with you and we're trying to get what you're trying to say, or we're trying to understand better what you're saying or what you're trying to get across. Never say never mind. Never say it's not that serious. It's not that deep. Never mind. It's okay. Because then you're gonna make us feel belittled, and you're gonna make us feel like what you're trying to get across, we're not understanding and we're not comprehending. But if we're engaging and we're asking questions, even if the question you said it already and we're asking again, don't say never mind. Please don't say never mind. Because the moment you say never mind is when we start retracting. And you don't want us to retract.
Tip number 3 for dating an Aquarius. When you start dating an Aquarius or start talking to an Aquarius, I would just say, just be yourself. Like, we don't require a lot in a person. We kind of do all that prior to agreeing to talk to you. Like, if we engage in conversation with you, we've already like scanned you out in our brain, and we've already decided, okay, this is worth my while. Why not? So if you just be yourself and be loose and not like, don't try to impress us, don't try too hard, don't try to be somebody you're not, just be loose. That's way more attractive than anything else that you could do. So like I said, tip number 3 is just be yourself.
Tip number 2, to dating an Aquarius, have a high sex drive, all right? A very high sex drive, because we may come off as, you know, very kind of, yeah, that's why I put it as number 2, baby. Have a high sex drive. Be very intimate. We may not look like we like touchy-feely stuff or public displays of affection, but we do. We love that stuff. We love when our partner is a freak. We love when our partner is nasty. We love all of that shit because you bring it out of us. So when you're able to bring that freaky side out of an Aquarius, just know I love you. I've only met one guy that was able to do that out of the 4. Literally, only one of them was able. That's not a shot. Only one was really able to like bring that freaky side out of me. The rest of them, it was kind of like, okay. But yes, please be able to be freaky, nasty, be comfortable, be your nasty self, because we like that. We love that. We want all of that. Give us all of that, and we're gonna give it back to you in trifold, even better. So yeah, be a freak. Please be a freak for your Aquarius. They want it. She wants it. He wants it. Whatever it is, wants it. Okay? Jimmy,
the number 1 tip to dating an Aquarius is, I want to say, take control in every aspect, or be assertive in every aspect. Like, if you want to have a conversation, or you try to get an Aquarius to understand you, really demand that attention, demand that focus, and really be like, okay, this is how I feel and this is how I feel about it. If y'all trying to get a little freaky, take control of the situation. And the reason I say that is because Aquariuses are so used to doing everything by themselves. Aquariuses are used to being in control of their household, being in control of everything in their entire life. So when somebody just comes up and swoops them up,
hey man,
take them off,
take
them off their feet, then they like, oh shit! Like it's excitement, it's fun, it's free. It's like not a care in the world, but you got to be careful when you do that too, because you got to do it the right way. It got to be like kind of like equal. Sometimes let them get control, because they're gonna be in control in general. Aquarius are always in control, but let them get it and then let you get it sometimes. And yeah, so that's my number 1 tip: take control.
You're singing a verse? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not a verse.
Go ahead. You wanted to close it
So
out?
these were our 10 tips to dating an Aquarius.
I hope you guys utilize this information, please.
It's very important.
And if you didn't like the information, oh well, you're not an Aquarius, so you wouldn't understand. Okay, look at, I had this little oil stain on my shirt the whole time. Oh my God. But, oh well, I'm still it. So thank you guys, it's Kelijah again.
It's Jimmy McFan again.
Give him your connects, give him your socials.
My socials on any and everything is JimmyMcFanOfficial.
Oh, that is right. Like anything else? All right, we had Jimmy here in the studio, hanging out with your boy today. We're signing out. We're out of here. Boom.